Hey guys, so this video is long overdue. I wanted to have this one out a while ago, but as some of you guys know, I took a vacation, and when I got back, I did a few things, and then I didn't feel like I'd had enough time. I just felt like I needed a few more days just to myself, just to be with me. And so I did that, and so that's why you saw a few days there was no major updates on my gaming channel. There were still some videos, but none of the major games there. That's why that happened. But no, I did go on vacation. I'm back from vacation now, and I've had a few days to myself, and I spent a lovely 5 nights in downtown Ohio. I actually went and spent time with my friend Featherhoof, and we played games, and we made videos, and he took me to a drive-in, which I haven't been to one of those since I was a kid. I think it was Star Wars, the original release of Star Wars, or Jungle Book, or something like that. It was something a long time ago, and it was such a cool experience. And I got to eat concession stand food, and that was awesome. The food wasn't good. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good, but it was just familiar. You know, it was the experience of sitting in your car with a mediocre charburger and a hot dog and some nachos that were and just and watching the movie through your screen and just experiencing that whole thing again. It was just, I didn't realize how much I'd missed that. And I know that's a silly thing to miss, but yeah, I did. But we also got the chance to just relax and to hang out a bit and to get some rest. And other than it being oppressively hot and humid there at the time, it was a good rest, and I really needed it. And I am now I'm ready to get back. I'm excited to get back to work and pick up and move forward. And the first thing I wanted to do was I wanted to make this video and have a talk with you guys about a thing. And this is a Finding Two video, and that's what I'm essentially doing here. But I also just want to have a talk, and I don't know, I don't have a category on my channel about let's have a talk. Maybe I should. But you know, no, I'm thinking no comedy, no craziness, but and I don't even know how long it'll be, so we'll just see how this goes. Not sure. Because this little vacation, it also afforded me time to do something that I haven't seriously done in a while, and that was to sit and think about myself, about the furry community, about my work in the furry community, about just the people that I've known, and the hate group that is in our furry community now. That's a big concern to me lately, and I've actually I've gone to calling them fascists, because they're fascists who think they're furries, and they think they're fighting fascists for somehow. But the entire week that I was gone, I didn't really say much on Twitter, but I was watching now and then on my phone, and there was this point where they took a statement from me where I said that that I felt like gay people who are like overly flamboyant in public, when they get criticism, they deserve that criticism. Because I don't believe anything is above criticism. Nothing. And, you know, I didn't say that I hated them. I didn't say that they shouldn't be doing that. I didn't say that, I didn't even say that I didn't find some of it kind of, well, attractive in a personality type of way. Didn't say they should be hauled off to rainbow-colored concentration camps or anything like that. But as I watched on Twitter, I saw this statement of mine get tossed back and forth between the people in this SJW hate group, and it got worse and worse every time they tossed it back and forth. You know, it was like, well, Tu says that gay people should be criticized. I know. He says that it's okay to bash gay people, and bashing gay people includes violence. Tu said it's okay to be violent to gay people. And eventually, after a couple of hours without any input from me whatsoever, it turned from, you know, Tu says it's okay to criticize gay people to OMG, two just confessed to violently beating gay people. And as I watched this, it made me realize that I have no part in this anymore. I'm a construct of their imaginations. I have absolutely nothing to do with it. They're writing this story with me as a character in it, and whatever terrible things that they write that I've done, they blame me for as a person. And it really made me think this with the fursists and in the furry community and the rest of the community now wondering what happened to the furry community that they knew from just a couple of years ago. Where the hell did it go? It made me realize that this is all moving in a direction. Not necessarily a good direction. And of course, I don't have a crystal ball, so I can't say where this direction is going. But I had to stop and think about myself. And if I want to be part of this progression, and if so, what would be the most beneficial role for the furry community for me to take in the progression of this? So because of that, and I know some of you guys out there who follow me on Twitter are going to be like, geez, finally, man. Because of that, I've decided that when it comes to Twitter, I'm not going to respond nearly as much or at all to this furry hate group anymore. And it's mainly because there are three things that I realized, and I think that everyone should realize about this hate group. One, they are not interested in the truth in any form at all. It's just not a thing that they are even slightly concerned about in their ideology. They're interested in their fifis. They're interested in their feelings, and they only believe something. And realizing this is it's frustrating. It's very sad, and it's disgusting, really. They only believe something if it affords them an opportunity to hate other people or vindicates their wish for violence against people. That's the only time that they'll believe something. Truth plays no part in this. It's just whether or not it's true plays no factor in it. That's all. All they want to know is, does this thing that I just heard from Dogpatch Press make it to where I can hate people more? And if the answer is yes, then they believe it. I've actually seen they can accuse someone of something, and you can slip the proof that refutes that right under their nose. And I've actually seen them, refuse it. Nope, not going to look. I'm not going to see. Don't want to. They avoid that. They don't want to change their minds because they want to continue to hate. They want to continue to believe things that allow them to hate other people. And that's not something I can even imagine doing. I can't even imagine what would cause a person to be that way. And I've told them myself. I've said this before. I've said, look, I've got thousands of videos online, thousands of videos, thousands of podcasts. I've got tons of this stuff. Practically my whole life has been online in public in some way or another. Go through it. Look for even one occasion where I've advocated for hate or bigotry against minorities or women, or the removal or execution of Jews, or any place where I've been involved in anything that was Nazi related or racist related. Go look, and they won't. It's well, I'm not going to look. No, I'm not going to look. I'm not going to look at your videos. I'm not going to. I don't have time. I don't have time. I have time to accuse you of being a monster, but I don't have time to go and find the proof that you're not a monster, because then that might change my belief. And how can I possibly continue to hate you if if you show me a belief that you weren't a complete scum of a human being? I can't have that. So they're not interested in truth. That's number one. If you engage with them with the intention of trying to change their minds with facts or reasons, then you're shit out of luck. It's not, there's no point in it. And I'm sorry, I said there wasn't going to be any comedy or crazy. I'm sorry about that. Sometimes it slips out of me. But anyway, number two, since this is a group that actually, they deny or ignore the truth, specifically so they can hold on to beliefs that they already have. Well, there's a word for that. It's called religion. And even though there's not any, mythical, ancient deity that they worship on, a daily basis, that doesn't mean it's not a religion. It is. And the problem is that you can't argue someone out of a belief, no matter how obviously ridiculous that belief may be to you or me or anybody else around. Trying to discuss someone out of a faith-based position in life, it's like trying to give a manicure to a chipmunk with Parkinson's. And I keep saying I'm not going to do any comedy, and it just keeps flying. I'm so sorry. It's not going to happen. So anyway, that's number 2. And number 3, the thing that just ties this all up really is that they're very deeply buried in an echo chamber. So basically, they just wind up repeating to each other the same things that they already say and that they already believe all the time. And this has a psychological effect on people, actually. This is how brainwashing can happen, in that when you continue to hear the same things over and over coming from all the people who are around you, you will start to believe. They start to seem less and less ridiculous, no matter how crazy they are. This is why things like, Scientology is a thing, and people have been whipped up into these, ideological frenzies over race and certain things like that, is because if you are in a situation where everyone around you, your entire world, your whole social structure is repeating the same things back to you all the time, and you're saying it to them and they're saying it to you, it will eventually normalize it and will seem perfectly fine. And this is why they have the ability to just have justifications for the craziest things ever. And they call people they disagree with Nazis and racists specifically to dehumanize them, because if they dehumanize them, then they can dismiss their opinions and ideas, and it becomes okay to be violent towards them. It's like, okay, it's okay now to be, and the leaps in logic that they go through to get someone to the point of being a normal human being all the way over to being, a Nazi is just astounding. It's what they'll go through to make it okay to hurt someone. And I've seen them. Your favorite flower is a white chrysanthemum. That's the same color as milk. And most black people are intolerant to milk. That means you're mocking black people for being intolerant to milk. If you're mocking them, that means that you hate them. And if you hate them, that means you're a racist. And if you're a racist, that means you're a Nazi. So there, it's okay to hurt you now. We can call up your job and try to get you fired. We can come punch you in the face. We can beat you up, and it's all okay because of a flower you like. And that's their mindset. That's how they do. That's the extent that they will reach in order to hate people. But probably the biggest problem with the echo chamber is because none of them, they rarely poke their heads out to see what's actually going on in the real world. I find it very interesting that they have a block list of people that are supposedly quote unquote Nazis, and they use that block list, but then they listen to people who are simply telling them what those people that they've blocked have said. That doesn't really make much sense, but the reason this is happening is because the only place they can get their information from is from either, these people who repost or publications, and they're not news. They think they're news, but they're not news. They're propaganda for this hate group. And this is bad because it means that the information that they're getting is the only information that these publications want them to have. These people and publications are controlling the information that they get. And they have a vested interest in keeping them outraged because that keeps them in business. So they basically decide what this hate group believes and what they don't. And it doesn't have to be anywhere near accurate. I've seen them practically just make shit up, and the group will just believe it so long as it affords them a chance to hate other people. And that's the kind of thing that has caused holocausts in the past, and it's exactly what's happening with these fascists in our community. So after, a long talk with myself and a long think about all this, I think we need to change this. I think this is something that I need to change, and I think it'll be changed by focusing not on what they should stop doing, but what on the rest of us should start doing. I think it's time normal people in the fandom who aren't part of a hate organization, I think they need to start speaking up. And I want to help encourage that. Because the vast majority of us, we want a fandom, a furry community that is inclusive and friendly and based on, you know, an interest that is furry things instead of moral gatekeeping and language policing. I think the majority of us want that. We just need to make sure everyone hears that. And I want to see us being active in standing up for what, you know, for what's right in the furry community. So yeah, anyway, I guess that's all I really wanted to talk to you guys about. You know, I'm going to be more active myself in this. This isn't all I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to turn into this specific issue ranting Gryphon. There's still going to be comedy. I'm still going to talk about, you know, a wide variety of subjects and this and that, but I am going to be more active in talking about this. However, my Twitter, from now on, I'm going to be a total sweetheart over there. I'm going to use it for, I want to use it for making people smile and for, you know, putting out an opinion now and then to make people think, and for posting a cute thing here and there and a funny thing now and then, but I'm not going to use it anymore to defend myself from these idiots. I'm just not going to. I'm going to ignore them outright because I don't want people to be frustrated with my Twitter feed. They show up and they subscribe to my Twitter to make them smile and laugh, and then there's all this garbage. So I'm not going to do it anymore. But I guess that's what I wanted to tell you guys. That and the thoughts that I had surrounding it. So that's where I feel I am, and the character 2 is at this point. And that's where I feel that I should drive myself in the future. So it's been an enlightening couple of weeks for me, and one that I think that it's helped me grow a bit as a person. So I wanted to talk about that here. Anyway, thank you guys for the talk. As always, if you have any questions or you have any comments or you just want to add to the discussion, the comments down there, they are at your full disposal. And I'll be going through them myself and checking them out also. So I'll see you again soon, guys. Take care.